Hey guys, how's it going? Today, I'm going to be featuring the USS Black, the Tier 7 Premium American Destroyer. Now, the Black is quite an odd destroyer. The main guns are not as good as the Fletcher, and the torpedoes are a bit of a meme. This is one of the few destroyers that also has access to the radar consumable, and it also has access to smoke. So using those two consumables together pretty much give you an opportunity to hunt down DDs and spot them while not being spotted in return, while you simply farm them from your smoke. Basically a different version of the sonar and smoke combo. The radar and smoke combo doesn't obviously last as long as sonar, but it does have a much further range, so if you are ever out detected by one of those sneaky Japanese destroyers or the French destroyers with Go All Out, you can simply use your radar consumable and spot them similar to the way I have my US radar cruisers built for stealth radar, basically being able to spot anything that outspots you. After the addition of Tier 8 and the change to Tier 7 credit earnings, I think the Black is my favorite go-to destroyer in terms of making credits. The Friesland is a close second, however, for me to make a lot of credits, typically I need to have a carrier that I can shoot down planes since I have an AA build. The torpedoes that I had launched into Bravo a couple minutes ago are finally getting there, and an enemy summoner was just spotted in the cap, and he was reversing back in. And my torpedoes are actually able to catch him, and I get a devastating strike, killing off the enemy summoner very early in the game. The torpedoes on the Black are typically not your average torpedoes where you simply line them up trying to hit enemy ships, but instead you launch them as predictive torps because these torpedoes are so slow. The tiniest adjustments that an enemy makes will make your torpedoes miss by a mile. There's been instances of me trying to YOLO an enemy battleship within 3 kilometers launching torpedoes and simply them going forward or reverse. With propulsion mod, your torpedoes will mostly miss, simply because it just takes them that long to travel such a short distance. I dumped some torpedoes into this Sommer's smoke, but I do need to be very careful if he does decide to leave, which he does, and now I am spotted in front of their whole team. The enemy Kutuzov is right there, and he's going to start opening up on me, while this Summers just simply kites away. I just need to try my best to disengage, and you can see this Kutuzov is just simply chunking me for a whole lot of my HP. My only escape is to try and get behind this island from the Kutuzov and get into my smoke to go undetected from the Summers so that the enemy battleships on the flank here don't actually shoot at me and make me lose more of my HP unnecessarily. Now I have a decision to make. I could just stay here on this flank and try to torpedo these battleships and the enemy Kutuzov with my black torps that travel at 45 knots. Or I can try to find the enemy Summers and possibly even the last enemy destroyer and do my team a favor by killing them off. As I make the decision to chase the Summers, I'm actually able to spot one of the enemy battleships who is just basically parked there. As I chase down the Summers, I am just simply going to launch torpedoes towards the enemy battleship because the black torpedoes have such a long range. You can get away with just dumping torpedoes in a direction and they will most likely reach the enemy ship that you're trying to target. The enemy Vladivostok also gets spotted here, and I'm debating if I should be torping the Republic and Kutuzov or that enemy Vladivostok. I decide to torpedo the Kutuzov because it is an enemy cruiser that does have potential to help their destroyers in a fight, and if I'm able to get rid of him, then I will simply have a lot better of a chance of killing off the destroyers without the enemies having support. I catch the enemy Summers trying to get into the Bravo cap, and I'm able to kill him off. The enemy Kutuzov is not paying attention, and he's just simply farming battleships, while the Republic is actually paying attention, and he does take a shot at me. Luckily, he only lands one shell, which was an overpen, so I didn't lose that much HP. When that Republic was sitting stationary, you might have noticed that I had launched my torpedoes in front of him, and me finding the destroyer and him seeing that I got spotted where I did, he starts to move forward because basic knowledge, if a destroyer is spotted on your flank, then there's probably torpedoes coming at you, especially if you are a battleship. He does start moving forward, and as you can see, these torpedoes took so long, most of them ended up missing, but I still do end up landing 2 torpedoes. This enemy Kutuzov does start smoking up, and I am within his smoke firing penalty, which is 7.5 kilometers. So if I just simply stay here, he will stay spotted. He does start slowing down and tries to reverse. And all I'm going to do now is launch my torpedoes into the smoke. And I do start moving away so that he does just stay sitting there, and if I leave his smoke firing penalty and he goes unspotted, he's going to think that he is safe to farm. There is obviously a risk of the Kutuzov running his sonar and spotting the torpedoes so far away, and since they are so slow, he will have more than enough time to get away. As I'm heading over to this other flank, the enemy Tashkin actually gets spotted here, and I am going to try and pick a fight since my radar and smoke consumable are off of cooldown, and I can just simply turn away and start smoking up when I need to. He does start shooting, and I'm hoping somehow he does stay spotted by one of our friendly teammates. However, he does end up going unspotted, and now I just use my radar and I start farming him since I am undetected. And as you saw, I did land a couple of torpedoes on that enemy Kutuzov in the smoke, so he was not running sonar, and my prediction was correct that he was going to think he was safe in his smoke. Using my smoke and radar consumable in combination, I was able to sway this battle between me and the Tashkin into my favor. As the battle started, he was on full HP, and since I was unspotted and able to farm him, I was able to whittle him down to less than 1 bar of HP, and I'm just simply going to leave my smoke since I know I can kill him off, and I do end up taking him out. In this game, I was able to kill all 3 of the enemy destroyers pretty much on my own. The smoke and radar consumable used in conjunction with each other is just such a strong combo. You can really make any engagement an unfair battle in your favor. The enemy Kutuzov is spotted on very low HP. If I landed one more torpedo in that smoke, it probably would have been a dev strike. I finish him off, and I am on 4 kills, and now the hunt is on for a kraken. One of the 2 remaining enemy ships goes down, and now all that's left is the Republic on this flank that we had torpedoed previously, so we know he's not going to be full HP, and with all of the teammates we have, he will most likely be focused and killed off extremely quickly. I dump my torpedoes as soon as he is spotted because I know that he is so far away and these torpedoes will take forever. The only chance I have to actually land these torpedoes is if he sails in a straight line and survives long enough for these torpedoes to reach him. All I can do now is hope to get into my main battery firing range and start shooting some AP at his broadside. But as you can see, our entire team is basically shooting at him, and his health is just disappearing. When he first got spotted, he was closer to 80% of his HP, and now he's down to about a third. I finally get into my main battery firing range and start shooting AP at his upper belt / superstructure, trying to get in as much damage as I can and possibly getting this kill. Make your predictions now if you think I'm going to get it or not. Will I get it? And there it is. I do secure the Kraken, and that kill on the Republic. Now, like I said in the beginning, the Black is one of my favorite Tier 7 premium destroyers to make credits now, and as you can see, it was nearly a 1.2 million credit game, and I didn't really do a whole lot except chase down 3 enemy destroyers and do some damage to 1 cruiser and 1 battleship. Having smoke and radar available will basically make you able to hunt down enemy destroyers very easily, and having these high credit games will happen quite often. Unfortunately, I didn't show my build in this video, but I was using Mordov with a typical American destroyer build, using Sims and Bay as inspirations. But that's about it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Do leave a like and subscribe for more. Leave a comment down below for any ships you want to see in the future. But until next time, aloha.